Welcome back. In this video, we're going to go over how to get a domain name. Now, in the last video where we showed you how to get hosting, you may have already gotten your domain name at the same time as when you bought your hosting account, because a lot of times when you sign up for web hosting, you get one free domain name. But in this video, we're going to show you how to get a domain name and add it to your hosting account if you already have hosting. So my name's Chris Badgett. I'm a co-owner of CodeBox and co-creator of Lifter LMS, a WordPress learning management system plugin. So let's jump right into it. We're here on the Bluehost website. We're going to use Bluehost in this example of how to buy a domain name. If you're doing it at another company, it's going to work much the same, but you just need to basically go to the website and purchase the domain name. So because I'm already a Bluehost user, in this example, I'm going to log in, which then brings me to this screen. And this is what's known as cPanel, which allows me to do all kinds of things more at the server, the hosting level of my website, which once you get your WordPress site set up, you don't really need to come back here to do all that much stuff. But for right now, we're just going to look at domain names. So I'm going to click on domains. And the website that we're going to build in this course is going to be called WP Website in a Weekend.com. So the first thing we want to do whenever we purchase a domain name is make sure that it's available and not already taken. So I'm going to just double check myself to make sure I spelled it correctly, because you definitely want to get the right domain name. That looks good. So I'm going to click search to see if it's available. And it looks like it is, and it's $11.99. So that's good for a year. So I'm going to click add to cart. Next. And this is the checkout page. And just like we talked about in the last video, there's often some upsells here. I don't want domain privacy. I'm okay with that. I do agree to the terms and conditions, and I am okay with it automatically renewing every year, so I don't have to think about it. That I definitely want to keep this domain name going. I don't want it to expire after a year. So I'm going to add this to my cart. It looks like I'm getting a free. I'm getting it for free. I think Bluehost may give you one for free every year, so I'm going to take advantage of that free domain name. I've got my domain name, and if it wasn't free, I would have just had to enter my credit card information and so on, or just confirm that yes, please use the credit card that's on file. So if I go back to domains, and in this example, we're doing an example of a hosting account that has a lot of websites on it. And the first thing we need to do is to make it an add-on domain name. So if I come down here, you can see that it's unassigned. So I'm going to assign it. And this is the domain name. We want an add-on domain, which just means we're kind of adding it on to our hosting account. And these default settings are correct of what we want it to be. So we're going to assign this domain. So now it's successfully assigned. So now the next step, which we'll go over in the next video, is about installing WordPress on this domain. But you have to assign it before you install it. And that's it on getting a domain name and setting it up, getting it ready for WordPress. So just like with web hosting, if you have any trouble getting your domain name, purchasing it, or assigning it, you can always call your web host or your domain registrar to help walk you through the steps of what you need to do to get it ready for WordPress in terms of adding it as an add-on domain or as your primary domain if it's the one you purchased when you set up your web hosting account. So now that that's done, we're ready to move on to actually installing WordPress and building our website.